Feeling good because we have Wi-Fi.
It's on your YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on my page. Drew and I spent way too much time trying to get me to log into his Gmail account, and I felt like I was like, dude, we're just gonna do it this way this weekend. Yeah, be good. This rink, I've never been to this rink, and it's a lot nicer than I expected when it's called the Ice Box. This is a pretty shitty area of South Bend. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what I expected because I didn't even. I mean, I lived here and I didn't know there was a rink. This is pretty nice, actually. I don't even know. I mean, I didn't play hockey or anything, and I don't have a clue. But it looks like it's been remodeled. So I think I got a stream up. I think we're good. Everybody just heard that conversation, so I'm going to go on mute. We are live and Zamboning the ice. We'll be going here in probably about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, OHC taking the ice here as you are looking live at the Ice Box in South Bend, Indiana. One of the finer rinks in Michiana. Second only to the Compton at Notre Dame, which is where all the other games this weekend and the game this morning was played. The OHC boys got off to a very solid start with a 3-2 victory over Fox Motors. I believe the highest ranked victory of the season for OHC. 3-2 was the score. Sorry I was not able to do the broadcasting. I was in transit. I was about near Gary, Indiana when the game started. And for those of you trivia buffs, Gary, Indiana, home of the Jackson 5, the entire Michael Jackson and family from Gary, Indiana. The Hawks are, I said the Hawks. I just did my daughter's games a few days ago, so please forgive me. OHC is going to get out here today with, looks like Beto, Ryu, and Johnston back on defense, Avseev and Gordon. And in the net, Owen Matthews. OT. OHC gets it started. Puck drop here, 5 p.m. against the Chicago Phantoms. Ryu down in the corner. He reverses it to the point to Avseev. Avseev shoots it. Kick saved by the goalie. And now here come the Phantoms. Cross-ice pass. They enter the zone. Avseev and Gordon are back. Wide angle shot. I think that may have tipped off of OT's glove and then the pipe. I'm not quite sure where. By the way, it bounces up into the net, so we're going to have a defensive zone face-off here, 30 seconds in. We're doing 15-minute periods. I'm going to get the scoreboard going here momentarily. Forgive me, we're using a little bit of a different system since I'm here by myself, but Pope takes a hit there on the near boards. Puck gets over to Guyette. I should have mentioned that Hammer, Pope, and Smith are on the ice. Lauber and Guyette are your D-men. Smith behind the net. Knocked away. Stretch pass is going to probably be icing. It is. Again, I'm going to get the scoreboard going, so please forgive me. This is a little bit of a different system. Hope everybody is having a great New Year's. Our first broadcast of 2026. Still looking for a power play sponsor if you know of any. Offensive zone faceoff. Hammer is there in the corner. Smith there in support. So we are on the first period. We are your forwards. Lauber. Pass up to Frederick is tipped, so that will not be icing. It was tipped by the Phantoms player. Phantoms got some pretty tight-looking green and black jerseys. Of course, Okanagan looking sharp in the red. Behind the net, that's Link Williams. Nice move there. Looking for Frederick on the cross-ice pass. Again, the scoreboard is correct. I just got it up and running, so you should see 0-0 in the first. Phantoms trying to get out of their own zone, and it comes back into the neutral zone. Williams has it. Williams, nice pass to Ekstrom. Ekstrom's got a 1-on-3. A little bit of a change going on. Ekstrom tries the backhand. It's blocked down low. Link Williams comes up in support. Stretch pass, but it didn't connect. Could have been behind the defense as we were a little out of sorts changing, but everything is settled now. So you have Ryu, Johnston. Into the middle, dangerous zone pass, but nobody was there. Johnston laying out the Phantoms player right in front of the Colorado bench. And then, of course, a reverse hit happens, and there's hits going left and right here. This game's getting a little physical. So, again, you got Ryu, Johnston, Beto, Crawford with the D-to-D pass over to Gordon. Here comes Beto through the middle. Gordon, nice reverse there. Ryu did not take the hit. He laid the hit ground, so they're going to blow it dead. So we got 11-12 to go in the first period. We're scoreless. We're only 3 minutes and 38 seconds into it. Smith, Hammer, Pope will be your forwards. Avseev and Guyette, the D-men. They're going to make it a neutral zone face-off. So we'll take it out of the zone, which is always good. Smith wins it. Back to Avseev to Guyette. Guyette to Smith. Smith through the neutral zone. Nice stick handling there, getting past the first man. In the middle, shoots it. Goes just wide. Here come the Phantoms up the ice. Avseev, good positioning. Avseev goes for the big hit, just misses. Smith brings it into the zone. Smith reverses it. Bouncing puck to Avseev. Avseev throws it at the net, loose puck right in front. It's knocked away by the Phantoms player. Phantoms just get it out of the zone. Hammer with a good hit right in front of the Phantoms bench. Guyette reverses it. Avseev. The forwards are changing. We're going to have too many. They're calling OHC for too many men on the ice. There was a lot of bodies changing there. I didn't exactly see it, but Avseev is going to go serve the penalty. That's going to put us on the kill. 10:08 to go in this first period. We're still scoreless. Hopefully you can see the scoreboard. It's a little different system here, but doing the best I can to manage without Mr. Gordon. Phantoms win it. Point-to-point pass. Back door into the middle, but a nice play by Guyette. We got a little bit of a breakaway here. Guyette takes a big hit in front of the Phantoms bench. Player actually went pretty high. Guyette's up, no problem. Here come the Phantoms in the zone. Again, we got a kill here for 1 minute and 7 seconds. Quick shot, but a save. OT knocks it away. We have 1 minute left on the penalty, 9:38 to go in the first period. Ryu on the boards. He gets it out of the zone. Great play by Josh. Probably going to be, it's not icing. He calls it off, so that's about as perfect as it gets. So the change, you now got Pope and Smith onto the ice. At forward, you still got Lauber and Crawford. That's going to be icing. So we'll take it back to the defensive zone for a faceoff. 34 seconds left on this penalty, 9-11 in the first period. Pretty competitive, even play so far. OHC's hoping to get some of the shorthanded luck they had this morning, having the shorthanded goal. That was the difference in the game against Fox Motors, the victory, 3-2. Loose puck in front of the net. OT was able to save it. And then a nice play by Gordon to knock it away out of the zone and up into the net. Should have mentioned, I guess, Gordon and Crawford are on a D-man. Smith and Pope at forward. 11 seconds left on the penalty. Backdoor pass. Point-blank shot, but OT was ready for it. A huge save that's going to also kill the penalty. OHC kills it. The too many men on the ice penalty. Crawford's going to throw it around the boards. Gordon is there, gets it to Pope. Pope might have tipped it. He did. It's not icing. Goralnik is onto the ice with Smith. Again, we're at even strength. Goralnik in the corner. Steinmetz is on the ice. Frederick into the middle. Quick shot by Link Williams. It was saved and knocked away. Ekstrom comes onto the ice, changing, intercepted it. So you got Williams and Steinmetz as your D. Frederick, Ekstrom, and Goralnik are the forwards. Nice hustle there by Ekstrom. Ekstrom's going to reverse it down low. Frederick is there. Goralnik hits the man before he gets to the puck. A big hit by Mr. Goralnik. And that's going to be icing. So we're going to do an offensive zone face-off here. 7:27 to go in the first period. Live from the Ice Box in South Bend, Rink 2. If you don't want to listen to me, I'm sure it's on Live Barn. So Beto is going to take the drop. He's got Ryu and Johnston as his forwards. Lauber and Guyette are your D-men. Ryu gathers it. Lauber fires it. Block shot. Luckily, it didn't go too far forward. Lauber is going to get to it. Nice physical play by Lauber, getting to that puck, getting it out of the zone. Guyette, Lauber, Ryu. Ryu tries to go through. He does get past the defender, and he gets it in! What a play by Josh Ryu! Holy cow, what a goal! He got through the defender. The defender engaged him, but wasn't engaging enough. And Josh was able to get to the puck, and I think he threw it in 5-hole. What a fantastic start for OHC. I'm going to make sure the scoreboard reflects it. It is 1-0. It is the first. Guyette out of the zone. Good call. That's going to be a neutral zone face-off, and OHC is going to change. Smith, Hammer, Pope, Abseve, Crawford. Interception there. Phantoms push it forward. Dangerous pass, but Crawford was there to block it. Nice play. Nice hit by Avseev. Smith goes in the corner and gets it, and we get it out of the zone. Crawford has it behind our own net. Pope has it, loses an edge, and gets it in the middle, just barely to Avseev. And here comes Hammer. Hammer gets it over. Pope is going to be there, but they're going to call. What are they going to call there? Just offsides? I guess he was offsides on himself. He kind of drugged the puck behind him. OHC will do a change. You have Gordon and Williams, a D. Mueller's going to take the draw, flanked by Goralnik and Ekstrom. Nice hit by Goralnik at center ice. And I think we got another offside, so we're going to do a neutral zone face-off. So we'll do it again. Mueller will take it. He wins the draw, and Goralnik chips it forward onto the Phantoms bench. OHC wins it. Ekstrom on the bottom of your screen, applying the pressure. Now Goralnik going in for another big hit, but the Phantoms player decided to get out of the way quick like. Gordon over to Williams. It gets bumbled away into the corner, but should be fine. OHC's in position. Dangerous pass, but Gordon does a good job keeping it from getting across the face. Here he is bringing it up the ice. He's going to go ahead. Ekstrom's going to fall back. Gordon in the middle looking for Mueller. Good-looking pass. Mueller just wasn't quite in the right spot to get that pass, but it was a good play. Gorolnik there, mucking things up. Ekstrom comes away with it. Ekstrom to Steinmetz. Steinmetz shoots it. It goes wide. Steinmetz and Lauber are the D pair now on the ice. Steinmetz goes back to get the puck. He gets it to Ekstrom. Ekstrom into the middle. Nice play, getting it up to Johnston. Nice play by Ekstrom. Johnston's going to fire it just wide. He got all of that, but just wide. Nice play by Ekstrom to fall to his knees, but still make the pass as he was sliding in the neutral zone. Johnston shoots it. That had some heat on it. Goalie knocks it away. Ryu is under the ice. Johnston with a reverse hit. Over to Lauber. Lauber fires it. Loose puck. Goes just through the goalie, but off to the side. Johnston. Steinmetz. Back door. Ryu goes around the net. Looking for it. Didn't see it. Had Johnston back door for a second, but pulled it out. Johnston. Cross ice pass to Lauber. Lauber fires it. Blocked by the Phantoms defender. Love the puck movement and zone staying power OAC is showing right now. Around the horn, Lauber there on the boards, keeping it in, but it squirts out. Good back check by Beto. We were kind of mid-change there. We're mid-change again. So it goes back into the zone. You got Steinmetz and Lauber as the D-men. You got Beto, Ryu, and Hammer as your forwards. Again, I think we're mid-change. 3 minutes to go in this first period, 1-0 OHC. Beto was coming in for the big hit there, but the Phantoms player smartly moved out of the way. That shot comes across and hit the side of the post and bounced into the corner. Here comes Beto. He's got Pope in the middle. He gets it to Pope. Pope with the pass / shot, but it hits a stick and bounces over. Pope with it again. He gets it to Avsev. Avsev fires it down low, a little wide. Here comes the Phantoms. Dangerous pass across the face, but OT was there. Might have gotten a piece of it, knocked it in the corner. Down low, Avsev. Other D-man is Guyette. Forwards are Smith, Hammer, and Pope. Smith to Pope. Pope over to Guyette, who comes up. Guyette's he drops it to Pope. Pope's trying to get a shot off. It hits the goalie. Goalie knocks it into the corner. Nice little combination there by Guyette and Pope to get a good shot off. Smith, Guyette, Crawford. Crawford fires it. That was loose puck. Pope comes away with it. He gets it back to Guyette. Guyette back to Pope. Pope uses the body, tries to reverse it back in. Guyette keeps it in. The goalie's able to freeze it. I know it doesn't have another tally on the scoreboard, but I really like what I'm seeing from this team right now. OHC is forcing the issue, getting some good looks. Let's hope they can keep it going. We got 1:33 to go in this first period. 1-0. OHC. OHC wins the toss. Back on defense, you got Williams and Crawford. Williams is there first. He gets it up to Ekstrom. Ekstrom looks for the stretch pass to Frederick. Mueller is in the middle at center. Comes back to Williams. Williams to Ekstrom. Ekstrom up to Frederick. Frederick enters the zone. Drops it nicely to Crawford. Crawford takes the space. He fired it. Loose puck. Crawford got all of that one, and the goalie was able to glove save it, knock it down. We got 52 seconds to go in this period. Nice pass. Crawford to Ekstrom. Ekstrom looking for Frederick. Bounces back to Crawford. Frederick. He chips it in. Opposite corner. Mueller is going to go get it. Ekstrom. Ekstrom throws it down low. Johnston is there. Comes up to Steinmetz. Steinmetz throws it back around the horn. Johnston's going to be there first. It gets pushed forward. Ryu reverses it again. We got 16 seconds to go. That's going to be an icing with 10.4 seconds left in this first period. Beto is going to take the draw. He's flanked by Ryu and Johnston. You got Lauber and Gordon as your D-man. That's going to be the end of the first period. OHC's off to a good start, leading 1-0. We'll be back after these messages. We're going to get started here in the second period. Good first period for OHC. Beto wins the draw. He's got Ryu and Johnston. Then you got Avseev and Guyette as your D-men. 15-minute periods. Nice interception by Guyette. Guyette takes it all the way in, down behind the net. Phantoms with a dangerous play, but fortunately Guyette was there to recover and then manhandles the Phantoms player. Nice physical play by Brandon. Pass was knocked away. Phantoms getting a quick shot, but OT was there with the blocker save. It bounces up into the net. So we're going to do a change here, 48 seconds into the second period. Smith, Pope, Hammer, Crawford, Gordon. And again, OT is in net. Thank you all for your patience in watching these games on a different channel this weekend. Hammer, Pope, Smith. Smith splits him. He gets past 1-2, goes backhand. Couldn't get it past the goaltender. The goaltender moved really nicely there and followed Tyler as he split the defenders and tried to go the backside of the net. Actually not backhand, but backside. Nice play by the goalie. Here come the Phantoms. Nice job by Gordon knocking it away. Smith knocks it away. Smith enters the zone. He takes it into the corner. Reverses it. Crawford's going to be there. He punches it forward. Hammer is going to collect it at the neutral zone as the OHC change is midway through. Phantoms bring it. Nice backhand shot, but that's saved by OT. On the ice, looks like you got Frederick Mueller and Ekstrom at forward. And on D, you still got the Gordon-Crawford pair. That took a weird bounce off the boards and bounced right in front of the net. Mueller up the boards. Frederick shifts it forward. Mueller is going to be the first OHC player there. Ekstrom now. Back on D, you got Lauber and Gordon. So I guess Lauber changed. Gordon is now going to change as Frederick knocks in. A lot of changing going on. We got too many men earlier, so we'll have to be careful about that. Lauber and Steinmetz are your D pair now. Lauber catches it. Thought about going forward with it. Steinmetz now with the puck. He gets it up to Frederick. Frederick takes a hit at center ice, but gets it in the zone. Beto, interception. Beto fires it, and that's a blocker saved by the goalie, knocked away. Johnston separates man from puck. Johnston then gets it over to Steinmetz. Ryu brings it into the zone, looking for Beto. A lot of offensive zone time so far in the second period for OHC, really continuing. Ryu takes a body in the corner, but more of a tussle as the puck is under 4 players right now. Beto and Ryu are there. Finally squirts out. Ryu has it. Ryu shoots it. Kind of shot pass for Johnson. Lauber throws it back around the horn. Johnson's going to get there first. Johnson tried to turn to the middle, and the Phantoms ice it. OHC is really putting the pressure on here. So onto the ice, you're going to have Guyette and Avseev, Smith, Hammer, and Pope. Offensive zone drop here, 11 minutes to go in the second period, 1-0 OHC. Phantoms come away with it, but Pope is able to take away the puck, takes a hit right in front of the Phantoms bench, but I think he got the puck, so that's probably the more important factor. Gets ahead to Pope. Pope's got Smith on the backside, tries to go through the defender, not able to complete the move, but keeps the puck, gets it to Avseev at the point. Avseev to Guyette, a little bit hot on the pass, as he kind of got a hot pass. Smith has it to Guyette. Guyette shoots it. It hit the blocker, or excuse me, the paddle of the goalie, I think. I heard a weird sound. Avseev gets it over to Guyette. Avseev again, down to Smith. Smith to Avseev. Avseev fires it, loose puck in the middle. The Phantoms are just going to ice it again. I like what I'm seeing here. Felt like a power play for a second there. Whenever it feels like a power play and it's 5-on-5, that's a good thing. But OHC needs to get 1 or 2 on the board here, take advantage of this stretch of play, because 1-0 is not that comfortable of a lead. Phantoms definitely have some speed, some good shots, and have had some pressure. So Frederick, Ekstrom, Gorolnik are your forwards. Williams and Gordon are your D-men. Here come the Phantoms. They're going to call a penalty on 28. So that's going to put OHC on the power play. And I'm not sure. I don't think we had a power play goal this morning.
So we got a PK goal this morning.
Okay.
From Pope.
Oh, we had a shorthanded goal, but no power play goal. So we'll see if we can get the power play conversions going this weekend. So you have Johnson, Smith, and Pope. Johnston with the big hit. I think the sound was bigger than the hit. The sound was enormously loud. Here comes Pope up the ice. Pope trying to switch spots with Johnston. Gets it in the zone. Smith, Guyette. Guyette reverses it, looking for Johnston. Not quite able to get us set up, but Johnston's got it with some space. Into the middle to Smith. Smith fires it. That had to have just missed. Got through there clean. You also have Hammer on the ice. Johnston into the middle. Shot just wide. Hammer. Hammer had to have been hooked. He did. The hand is up. Pull OT out of the box. OT is going to the bench. Pope has it at the point. Over to Guyette. Again, this is a delayed penalty. Pope at the point. Over to Smith. Smith's got space. Backdoor hits Johnson's stick. Deflects just wide. To Pope in the middle. Pope's going to, no, he's not going to fire it. He gets to Smith. Pope with it in the middle. Here comes Smith. So we still have a delayed penalty, but we're not going to get a 5-on-3 or much of one because we've taken so long, the longest delayed penalty ever. So now they're going to call the penalty. There are only 3 seconds left on the original penalty. So we will have 5-on-3 for 3 seconds, and then we will have a standard 1 minute, 27 second power play. The movement was pretty good. I feel like the power plays are doing a lot of the right things, but just keep moving the puck and shooting it more. 8 minutes to go in the second period. Again, 3 seconds of 5-on-3. Then we're going to have a minute 27 of standard advantage. So we have Gordon with it, the puck on the ice. We are now 5-on-4. Beto fires it. It goes over the goalie. The other D-man is Crawford. He's going to be back to get this one or defend the Phantoms player. Good job by Crawford defending him, but he goes back door. Phantoms, shorthanded goal, a backbreaker for OHC, looking at a 5-on-3, and then we end up giving up a shorthanded goal, but we scored a shorthanded this morning. That's been the theme of the weekend, so that's going to tie the game here while we're still on the power play with a minute and 10 to go. Really nice play by the Phantoms player there. Here come the Phantoms. Crawford's getting back. Gordon's hustling into the middle. Dangerous pass and another goal. 2 straight shorthanded goals for the Phantoms as OHC's ice-tilted advantage evaporates, giving up 2 shorthanded goals in 40 seconds. Lead at their forward position. We still actually have 35 seconds left on this power play. I totally forgot about the power play. Guyette, Johnston, Hammer, Smith, and Pope. Guyette takes it, shoots it, it goes wide. Johnston and Pope both tried to hit the player, and it ended up being a OHC sandwich. So we have 17 seconds left on the power play here. So 17 seconds left. 1-man advantage. You get the same power play group that was out there before this call. See if we can get something going here. We've had stretches where we've held the offensive zone. So OHC has nothing to worry about besides a little bit of frustration on these shorthanded goals. When it's been 5-on-5, they've been big. Pope lays a big hit there, as Guyette did on the boards just before that. We are at even strength, which maybe based on how that power play went, maybe that's where we need to be, is even strength. Hammer goes back to Guyette. We're mid-change. Johnston has it. He enters the zone, but Hammer on the backside was offsides. So we're going to complete the change and do a neutral zone faceoff. 6.5 to go here. We're roughly halfway through this game. OHC has plenty of time to not only regroup but score 2 or 3 more goals. We'll see if they do it. So you got Goralnik, Ekstrom, Frederick are your forwards. Back on D is Steinmetz and Lauber. So we take the offensive zone face-off. Phantoms come away with it. Cross-ice pass is knocked away by Steinmetz. The Phantoms gather it again. Goralnik with the big hit, bottom of your screen. Lauber is going to be the first one there. This Phantoms team has a lot of speed. They're not overly physical. That's a dangerous pass in the middle, but fortunately, Goralnik was there to kind of break it up. Steinmetz fighting for it in the corner. Ekstrom with a good hit. Ekstrom with another hit. Nice play by Sebastian. Again, we're at even strength. Story of the game is OHC has controlled zone time and shots. They're going to call a penalty on Ekstrom. Ekstrom was on a roll there with hits, but I guess they're going to, I think Ekstrom, I'm not certain, but. Yep. It's going to be Ekstrom into the box, some type of a boarding or whatnot penalty. So OHC is going to be on the kill. We've had 2 of the 3 goals today, both scored by the Phantoms, were shorthanded. We had a shorthanded goal this morning, so maybe OHC can get in on some more of that action. You got Ryu and Beto as your forwards. Avseev and Williams are your D-men. Ryu, good job pressuring the puck. Good job. Ryu got a stick on that. The shot didn't get near the net because of it. Williams with a big hit. Shot goes just wide, but a dangerous shot. Phantoms have another 50 seconds on this penalty, but they fumble the puck. Beto tries to get there. He actually gets a stick on it. Really good hustle by Andrews. .28 seconds left on the kill. 4:28 to go in the second period. Nice job by Avseev coming up and intercepting that pass. Good skating by Eddie. He banks it up to Mueller. Looks like onto the ice now. Mueller is there. He's got Johnston in the middle, along with Guyette and Gordon back. We have 6 seconds left on the kill. Johnston was about to lay the boom there, but the player smartly got rid of the puck and turned his back. We're at even strength. 4 minutes to go in the second. Mueller. Ekstrom with speed. He bursts through. Trying to get it. Shoots it back door just a little bit wide. Good job by Sebastian getting that shot off. In the middle, Sebastian again. Drops it to Gordon. Gordon fires it. It ricochets off somebody into the corner. Johnston. Gordon. Guyette. Guyette fires it. It's tipped and it goes in! Making it 2-2! That was Guyette and then Mueller on the tip-in goal. Nice little chip shot right over the goalie's shoulder. OHC needed that one to get the stink of those 2 shorthanded goals out of the rink a little bit, if I do say so myself. So that's going to tie the game here. We got get a toe drag shot going, but it bounces onto the bench. We got 3 minutes to go in this one. We're all tied up, all 2s. Smith is going to take the draw. Phantoms win it. Hammer's there in the corner. Phantoms get it out of the box. Crawford goes back to retrieve it. He gets it over to Lauber. Lauber to Pope. Pope looking for Hammer, but it's ricocheted wide. Hammer got back on side just barely when he touched that puck. Here comes the Phantoms. Loose puck, but it comes away. Chips up to Smith. Smith to Pope. Pope reverses it back door. Gets it to Hammer. Good pass, but Hammer was not really in a position to shoot it. Puck squirts out into the neutral zone. Smith to Pope. Pope's going to take it back in. Pope gets in the middle. He fires it in the back of the net! It was all twos for a moment until 22 puts one on the board. That's going to make it 3-2. Streaking Beto. Beto's getting through 1 and 2, but not able to get the shot off. Johnston's there. Johnston using that body, gets it in the middle to Ryu. Not able to pull the trigger. Phantoms get it in the zone. Dangerous pass, but not able to be handled. And here comes Johnston. He's got Beto in the middle, 2-on-2. Johnston goes wide. Not able to get a shot off, so he's going to use that body, figure out what to do with it next. Williams has it on the board.
Come on, boys.
Puck squirts out, and they're going to call interference on Williams. He was trying to block the man who had a little bit of a beat on the puck, and I think probably a little bit too much. It was close, but I don't know how else to say it. It was probably a penalty. But I'm sure we can rewind it, and I might be wrong. That said, that's what the call is. It's interference. So we're going to have 1:15 to go in the second period and 1:30 penalty. So we're going to go on the kill. Again, as long as we're not on the power play, things will hopefully go smoothly. Hopefully that streak of today's shorthanded goals given up will stop. We're on the kill here, 1.5 minutes, about 1:20 left on this penalty and 1 minute to go in the period. So we're going to start the next period for 20 seconds of a kill. Gordon is on the ice with Avseev, Mueller, and Ekstrom are your forwards. Gordon in the corner. Ekstrom meets the guy with a hit. Avseev. Shot, loose puck. OT, all over it. Yeah, I was looking at Avseev making that hit on the big player, and I did not say Avseev. Forgive me. 32 seconds to go in the core period. We need fact checkers. Did you know this is the only rink in America that actually turns their heaters on?
I thought they're all working.
And they're all working. It's actually quite toasty here in the icebox. 27 seconds left in the period. We got Lauber and Guyette as your D-men. Gorolnik and Frederick are your forwards. 3-2, Okanagan. Frederick with the takeaway. Lauber chips it forward. 10 seconds to go in the period. Guyette with a hit. Backdoor pass, dangerous play, but luckily no tip and no shot. So that was a eventful period, but at the end of it, OHC is up 3-2 and in good position to have a strong third period and get a W. We'll be back after these messages. All right, start of the third period here is Okanagan. Had a good finish to that period, up 3-2. 15-minute period. They are on the kill for another 13 seconds. You got Pope, Smith, Guyette, and Avseev. We are now at even strength. Right out of the box comes Hammer. He's got Pope in the middle. Pope gets past one, flips it, and it goes over the net. Nice play to get his shot off. Pope's going to go back and change. That pass squirts right through, but fortunately Johnston with the long reach and the wheels was able to get there. Here comes Johnston into the zone. Gets past one. He gets there, and he puts it in the back of the net. Johnston heating up the ice box with that goal. Making it 4-2 OHC. Goodness, what a great under the goalie. Beautiful. That's going to give OHC a modest amount of breathing room in a game that they've mostly controlled ice time and chances, other than a disastrous 2-minute power play period where they gave up 2 shorthanded goals. 13:48 to go. Into the middle. Beto has it. Johnston ahead of him. Ryu on the bottom side. Johnston. He gets taken down. Might have lost an edge or a combination thereof, but he's okay. Beto with it. Crawford and Gordon are your D-men. Crawford came forward. Gordon drops back, as does Ryu. And the Phantoms are just going to dump it in and change. Gordon retrieves the puck. Took a little bit of a trip there. No call, but Crawford was there. Into the neutral zone of the Phantoms. So forwards looks like... Was that just offsides? Yeah, I think so. OHC will finish the change. You got Frederick Mueller taking the drop and Gorolnik back on defense, Lauber and Steinmetz. Back to Lauber. Lauber up to Gorolnik. Gorolnik with some speed. Gets it over to Mueller. Mueller shoots it. It gets knocked up into the net. Winning the offensive zone draw before the Phantoms knock it forward. Lauber goes back to get it. Same 5 on the ice, so that's Mueller, Gorolnik, Frederick as your forwards, Steinmetz and Lauber on D. Phantoms get it in deep. Lauber behind the net. He takes a hit, but no worse for the wear. Gorolnik. Good pass to Frederick. Frederick's got Mueller in the middle. D-man slows him down just enough. And here come the Phantoms. Nice skating by 28. Quick shot, but OT was there for it. Stops it with the center of his chest. Gorolnik with it. OHC is going to change. Good job by Gorolnik getting it forward. Guyette is onto the ice with Avseev, Smith, Pope, and Ekstrom. Smith, he goes around the net, doesn't like it, takes it back out. Good cross-ice pass to Guyette. Guyette's going to not shoot it. Thought he was. Guyette passes to Avseev. Avseev fires it. Loose puck into the middle. Ekstrom knocks it into the corner. Him and Pope change positions there. Ekstrom into the middle. Nice job holding on to the puck by Sebastian. Over to Guyette. Guyette fires it. Back door tipped by Pope and just across the face of the goalie. Pope up to Avseev. It's out of the zone, so that's going to be and offsides. Again, stretches of 5-on-5. I really like what I'm seeing. Hopefully we can keep it up here. This Phantoms team has plenty of speed at the forward position in particular. They haven't had much offense in terms of setting it up, moving the puck around, but they can beat you on the fly, which is how they scored their 2 goals. Rayu, Johnston, Beto are your forwards. Avsev and Guyette, D-men. Rayu reverses it. Johnson's going to be there. Beto, he's got some space. Gets it to Johnson. Johnston fires it. Got most of it, but it was just a little high. Ryu down in the corner. Beto. And the Phantoms get it out of the zone. Avsev's going to go back to get it. No icing. Avsev reverses it to Guyette. Nice play. Guyette reverses it himself. Good skating. Guyette beats the first 2, 3, 4, almost 5, and he shoots it. And I don't know where that puck is. I guess it's under the pad of the goalie, but goodness, that could have been a coast-to-coast beating 5 men there by Brandon Guyette. Really nice-looking play, but unfortunately the goalie made a save. So 10 minutes to go in this third period. 4-2 is our score. So Gordon and Williams are your D-men. Looks like Ekstrom, Mueller, and Garolnik are the forwards. Williams with the shot there. Garolnik with it in the neutral zone. Nice stick handling by Caleb. Caleb's going to fire it, but high and wide. Gordon. Ekstrom is there. Ekstrom with speed into the middle. It gets knocked away, but a lot of pressure being put on the defense with that speed. Nice play there by Ekstrom. Gordon across to Mueller. Here comes the Phantoms. They fire it. That was about 5 feet high. Mueller up to Garolnik, and they're going to change. So Garolnik's going to try to stall it with a 1-on-4. He's the perfect guy to do it. He was probably going to knock a few heads while he was down there stalling if he had his druthers. And that's an icing, so we're going to do an offensive zone face-off. The full change now with Hammer, Smith taking the draw, and then Pope, Lauber, and Steinmetz. So we got 8:46 to go in this one. 4-2 OHC. OHC wins the draw. Comes around to Lauber and Steinmetz. Into the middle to Pope. Pope's got a little bit of space. Taking his time. He's going to reverse it. Gets it over to Smith. Smith switches with Lauber. Lauber's going to fire it. It's tipped and goes just wide. Pope to Smith. Smith reverses it. Nice play. He gets almost into the middle. And the Phantoms get into the zone. Nice play by Steinmetz. The guy got the puck behind him, but the guy didn't get behind him. And OT cleans it up. Oh, no. This is South Bend. It's only the nicest and finest here. We're commenting on how the rink heaters are all on. It's a very cold rink, but all the heaters are on to the point where we're getting hot. Apparently there's a penalty, and nobody knows what it is. It's on Ryu. He's in the box. I have no idea what it was. And my stats crew behind me has no idea as well. So that's going to put OHC on the kill. 8 minutes to go, minute and a half penalty. Johnston wins the draw and takes it forward. Here he comes. Gets past one, but not the other two. So again, we're on the kill. Beto and Johnson are the forwards. Crawford, Avsev are your D-men. We've done a nice job today on the kill. It's been the power play where we have struggled. Avsev with the puck. And that's chipped up just past Fortier onto the bench. So now you're going to have Mueller and Ekstrom, Gordon and Lauber. Guyette, sorry. Gordon and Guyette. Gordon throws it around the horn. It's kept in. Phantoms pass, but a good save by OT. He was ready, knocks it into the corner. 39 seconds up from the penalty. Mueller tips it. Almost the interception breakaway. Pass back door. That goes in the back of the net. That was a beautiful pass across the face, leaving a wide open net on an awesome pass that got through all of OHC, and the player just had to tap it in basically. So that's going to tighten this game up here with 7 seconds to go. It is going to end the power play, but that is going to make the score 4-3. T. Mueller takes the draw. Quick shot by the Phantoms is wide. Again, we're at even strength now. Mueller into the corner. Here comes Guyette. He gets it to Frederick at center ice. And it gets back to Guyette. Nice physical play, cutting the man off there by Guyette. Mueller was taking it forward and kind of engulfed by a few defenders, but a good job pushing it forward. Goralnik and Mueller are on the puck. Comes out to Goralnik. He's got a little bit of space, not able to pull the shot off. Frederick is going to reverse it as OHC is changing, and it looks like that's going to be a penalty on and it looks like Goralnik was explaining what happened on the play, and his stick inadvertently, completely accidentally hit a player by the Phantoms skating by. He did not mean to do that. He was explaining with his arms what happened on the play, but the Phantoms crowd here acted like he tried to chop somebody with his stick, which is not at all what happened. It is going to be at least a minor on Goralnik. The officials are talking about if it's going to be additional amount of penalty. I do think the stick swing was completely a nothing burger. If they're going to give him a 2 and 10, it shouldn't have been for that. I do not know what's happening. Anything else to add to that?
I don't know. I do not.
So we have 5:48 to go in this game. We're up 4-3. There's going to be at least a minor penalty. That's the best we can hope for, and I think that's all that was probably going to be called. But as Caleb was explaining to the official what happened, he swung his stick, but it inadvertently hit a Phantoms player who was behind him skating by him, completely unbeknownst to Caleb. So if they do give him a bigger penalty, that was completely bad luck. The player continued to skate as if nothing happened, so I don't even know if it hit him. This is so stupid if that's what they're talking about. It looks like they're sending another player to the box, so it's going to be a 2 and a 10, I guess, which is actually a minute and 30 and 10, or a minute and 30 in the game. 8, yeah. Minute and 30 and 8. 2 and 10 sounds a lot better. It rolls off the tongue a little bit more, but yeah. But that's going to put Gorolnik in the box for the rest of the game, 5:48, and us on a minor for a minute 30. 5-4 is the lead. We're on the kill. Shot goes wide. Phantoms player slips, but he's able to fall right where Tyler was sliding the puck to get by him. Could have been a dangerous breakaway for OHC, but no luck. So we're going to do a neutral zone face-off. 5:34 to go in the game. 1:16 to go on the kill. OHC wins it and pushes it forward. Pope is going to be there in support. Again, we're on the kill, so we have to be careful here. Guyette and Laubert are your D-men. Smith and Pope are your forwards. Smith stops the advance. Got a little bit of a 2-on-2 with Pope in the middle. Smith fires it, but it hits a stick and bounces over the net. Pope is coming up but not able to get there. Good back check there. Pope goes to the bench a little gingerly, kind of awkwardly, went into the player and the boards. The forward on the ice, Johnston, comes on with Smith. Smith's going to the bench now, but you got Lauber and Guyette as your D-men. So it looks like you're going to have Beto and Johnston. 17 seconds left on the kill. Johnston fires it, goes just wide. I think that got tipped, so it was kind of fluttering. Good tip by Beto. And we are now at even strength. Guyette with it behind our own net. He gets it up to Johnston. We got a little bit of a breakaway. Frederick in the middle. He flips it forward a little far. It got tipped. But we are 5-on-5. There's 4 minutes to go in this game. Beto into the middle. Tries to get through. Not able to. Crawford and Guyette are your D-men. Good back check by all the OHC forwards. Here comes Johnston. Knocked away. Here comes Beto. Is that going to be icing? It is not. So that is Gordon who gets it over to Crawford, to Beto. We also got Frederick and Ekstrom on the ice. 3:29 to go in this one, 4-3 OHC. Crawford breaks the man up. The Phantoms get it out of the zone. Gets it back door. Player shoots it. OT all over it. He went 5-hole. OT was able to not only stop that one, but no rebound. Big play by OT. 3:11 left in this game. If OHC wants to get down with a win, they're going to need to do it with good, strong defense here in the final 3:11. 4-3 is the lead. Lauber and Steinmetz are your D-men. Frederick, Mueller, and Ekstrom are your forwards, and we're going to do it over again, as that is an icing. Mueller's going to take the draw. Phantoms come away with it. Mueller into the corner. He comes away with it. Up to Ekstrom. Ekstrom does a good job turning around and getting out of the way of that hit. Mueller into the middle. Defender falls. Dangerous pass into the middle, but the goalie is able to freeze it. So that's going to give us an offensive zone face-off here with 2:41 to go in the third period, 4-3, so it's a tight one. So onto the ice, we have still Ekstrom, Mueller, and Frederick, and then Avsev and Guyette. Mueller wins the draw, pushes it forward. In the middle, bounces to Ekstrom. He's on his backhand. He gets to his forehand and shoots it. The goalie knocks it back right to him. Nice pass down to Mueller. Mueller down low. Comes up to Guyette. Guyette fires it. Goalie knocks it wide. Ekstrom's there for the rebound behind the net. And now here come the Phantoms, but they throw it right back to OHC. Smith is onto the ice. Pope is now on. And now Hammer. Pope there first. Here comes Smith. Back on defense is still, or I think Avsev and Guyette. Smith with a good hit there on the boards. Same thing for Avsev. Down low. Pass into the middle. Comes across. Hammer is going to have some room. He's got Smith in the middle. Trying to get a shot off, but not able to get around the defender. Smith has it. Smith gets it over to Guyette. Guyette with good skating there on the blue line. Gets it over to Williams, but it's a turnover. Guyette is hustling, and he is able to stop the shot. Great hustle by Guyette. And that is not a trip, although the Phantoms are calling for it. There's 1:08 to go. 1 minute to go in this third period. Smith has it. He flips it forward. The goalie is still in the net for the Phantoms, so this is just normal 5-on-5 hockey. 49 seconds to go. Gordon is on the ice with Williams. Gordon's in the corner. He falls to his knees, but the puck squirts out, and it comes to Beto. Beto scoots it forward to Johnson. We now have an empty net. There are 6 men on the ice and not a goalie. 32 seconds to go. Quick shot. Danger in front of the net as Williams slid into OT, and OT lost his footing for a moment. Fortunately, there was a whistle. I do not know what the call was. But again, the Phantoms actually got a penalty. So that's going to make it an offensive zone face-off here. There's 26.6 seconds. The Phantoms will have 4 skaters and a goalie for OHC's offensive zone face-off. Up 4-3 with 26.6 seconds to go. So it looks like we're going to have Mueller, Johnston, Beto, Lauber, and Crawford. OHC wins it, but it bounces to the Phantoms, and here they come. 28 with speed. Nice shot, hits the side of the iron after the save by OT, but then the penalty is called on Lauber. 28, a speedy player for the Phantoms, got a pretty decent shot off, and Lauber followed him into the corner after the play and I guess gave him a hit that was too late. From what I gather, it seems like a standard minor penalty. So we got a lot to work through right here. We have 13.8 seconds to go in the third period. OHC's up 4-3. You know that. What I don't think you know is that there's a minute and a half, which is kind of meaningless, of penalty that we were just assessed against OHC, and there's a minute 18 remaining on the penalty for the Phantoms. So I would suspect the Phantoms will come out with 5 skaters and no goalie, and we will have 4 skaters and a goalie. Whew! I was told there would be no math. Timeout. So it was a penalty and then a timeout. Nothing crazy. The Phantoms got a penalty about 20 seconds ago, and then Lauber got a penalty after the Phantom shot there. So, as I suspected, the Phantoms have no goalie and 5 skaters. OHC has 4 skaters and a goalie, so it's just a standard-looking power play, but an empty net. Smith's going to take the draw. Pope, Gordon, Guyette. It's a big face-off drop here. Comes over to the middle. And that shot got off, and it gets to 97. He shoots it, and it goes just wide. 2 good looks for the Phantoms. Whew. 2 seconds. And that's going to be the ball game. A little bit of Colorado-Illinois relations happening in the corner, but the game is over. 4-3 victory for OHC, a hard-fought win. A lot of twists and turns. Bottom line is OHC is 2-0 this weekend. We will see you bright and early with your coffee tomorrow morning at 7:20 a.m. Mountain Time. And again, if you don't want to hear me, I'm sure Live Barn will have it going. Happy New Year and good night, everybody.